Hey everybody, wanted to hop on and show you some stuff that's happening right now. It's kind of interesting here on radar. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for this storm that's moving through northwestern Beauregard and southern Vernon Parish. But I'm noticing this interesting thing on the velocity data, and I want to go ahead and bring that on and show you. This is I don't think there's anything going on up here, but when I put this in motion, you're going to see that it was something I figured I would at least mention. There's this little kind of bulge in the line north of Slagle. That's very close to the radar site. And why it's interesting is, we're in an area there where we're very close to the radar, and there's about a 50 to 60 mile per hour change in direction in the wind. So it's north of the main thing. It doesn't look like much when I just look at the radar there, but there is a lot of wind shear, and I just figured I wanted to be as safe as I could and mention that, and just kind of let you know what was going on. But this storm, so this is the one we were talking about, I guess about a half an hour, 45 minutes ago. This has kind of merged in with the front. We're seeing new stuff try and develop out over Avoyelles and Rapides down into Evangeline and St. Landry Parish. I think this is where we'll start to see the possibility of some more severe weather. This storm is still severe that's moving into southern Vernon Parish, but as of now, this one is it's merged in with the front, and actually I have to go to one of my other monitors and see this. I have a pretty good handle on where the warm front is, and I just wanted to kind of I'll draw it as I'm seeing it here. I'm using the Ambient Weather Network. I really like this for picking out some smaller scale features like this front that we're seeing right now. So basically, this front as it stands right now, let me zoom in just a little bit. This is where the warm front is. So this is where we could see south of this and right along this boundary, we could see we will see the greater threat for severe weather. So this goes from just north of Leesville to just probably near or south of Simpson, and then it sneaks in between Alexandria and Woodworth, and then kind of trails off to the southeast. So south of this line, that's where we have surface-based thunderstorms. Up to the north, these are elevated. This is what we thought was going to happen. We figured we would see the elevated storms up to the north of the front. We could see some hail there, but the real severe threat's going to be down attached to these storms that are developing out ahead of the main cold front or along that cold front. Now, I think the best chance for severe weather is going to stay just south and southeast of our area, but for the next couple of hours, we at least have that threat to see some severe storms, perhaps a few tornado warnings show up as this moves through. So that's what we're watching very closely right now. I'm just looking at these temperatures. Yeah, the cold front is through. It looks like, oh goodness, what is that? Vernon Lake out that way. Looks like, yeah, you're behind that. Leesville, New Lano, 68 to 71 degrees. Rose Pine, 71. And again, I'm looking at this map up here. It's 68 degrees around Pitkin and up to now 64. And this is out 28. Let me look at this station. This is in Westlake Estates. Dew point 63, dew point 63.4, temperature 64. So that is going to be right along 28. That's probably right where the front is right now. So as these storms move along the front, we're going to have to watch that very closely. Let me go ahead and get that front out of there and show you what we have going on across the entire area. Tornado watch until 9 o'clock. This is going to clear out these Texas counties pretty soon because they are now in the cold air. In fact, Jasper, Texas, where that storm just came through. Let me see what they're at. Yeah, about 54, 55 degrees. Once you cool below 60, really below about 64, your threat for severe weather, your threat for tornadoes at least, is going to be much lower. Let me take a look at that thing I was showing you there northeast of Leesville. And it was just something I noticed on radar, this little surge heading out towards Simpson and Burnstown. If you're in that area northeast of Slagle, you're not in the warning, but it was just something that it kind of jumped out to me because it's so close to the radar. It's actually only about 200 feet above the ground. So what we're seeing there is at least a burst of stronger wind. That's probably right along the front too, so some enhanced wind shear. Not seeing anything like that down along south of this, so not seeing any sort of strong rotation in this line here for DeRidder and Rose Pine right now, but that severe thunderstorm warning continues as you are in that warm sector. Watching this area as it heads toward the east and northeast toward Alexandria, and I think what we are going to end up seeing here is a brief burst of some very heavy rainfall. When I say brief, half an hour to an hour's worth, and then we are going to most likely see some warnings, if not some severe thunderstorm warnings. We could see those special weather statements like we're seeing up north for some gusty wind and perhaps some hail. I think the hail threat is going to be greatest down here where we get these isolated cells, but there could be some small hail going on right now between Evans and Rose Pine, just southeast of Evans there, and southwest of Billy Goat Hill, Nulano, that area here in southwestern Vernon Parish. Vernon. Sorry about that. I was thrown off for a second. I do want to take one more look. Actually, what I'm going to do is go into Lake Charles and take a look at that velocity, see if we have any sort of deeper signature. And no, I don't see that, so that's good news here. You can see that wind shift line moving through Simpson. Behind this, you're in the colder air. This is where that's where that severe threat's going to really go away. Yep, not seeing anything that jumps out at me and says, hey, there's a tornado here. Wanting to go back into the Fort Polk, check the debris tracker just to make sure, because we saw, and this is all just noise out here, we saw this, what was that, a few weeks ago, where we were getting some storms that were producing and not looking like much. That's why I'm so careful with this stuff. And yeah, that's just a bunch of junk and noise out there. One more look at velocity data, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on here. But I did want to say for northeastern Vernon Parish, there is this it's not a circulation, but a surge in the wind there that's between Simpson and Hutton. That's going to move right in between that area. Let me take a look and just query this and see what we have. And we got another update there. Yeah, that doesn't look like anything imminent. So from, about a 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gradient there over a short distance. Doesn't look like anything strong, if anything's going on at all. I don't believe that, I know that what we're seeing out here is just a bunch of junk showing up on radar. So the debris tracker is filled with junk right now, and this line of storms is going to continue on toward the east-northeast, and it's moving fairly quickly. So I will pull things out, one more big view, show you what's going on, and then I'll hop out for a little while and take a break here and hopefully not have to come on much more. Wouldn't that be nice? But I do think over the next few hours, as we start to see the low-level winds really ramp up here, we're going to see some more severe weather. And the most likely area for that is going to be over here in Evangeline, St. Landry, and especially southern Avoyelles Parish, anywhere south of that front. But we are starting to clear areas from that front. You can see behind these storms here, that's where you're cleared out here. So Toledo Bend country, you are in the clear. Sabine Parish, no severe threat, although we will see some rain returning to the area later on tonight. Behind this wave of storms, it's just regular old rain, and we don't have to worry about the severe threat, even though there could be a few rumbles of thunder through the night. Okay, going to take off for a bit, and then I will jump on if we get new warnings and have new things to talk about.